Morning guys, so welcome to another vlog. It's Wednesday at Newcastle. I'm going to go around, show you what's going on in the workshop. Really busy again. We've had a massively busy start of the year, which is good. So we're just busy organising, planning jobs. And obviously things change every day, parts don't come, parts arrive late. So yeah, that's the joys of running a business. So yeah, I'm going to go and show you what is going on in the workshop. I have developed a nasty little spot there which is bugging us, but the spot's not going to hold me back. Right, let's go take you to the workshop, guys. So Chris is in the office. I was just sitting on his desk there, and he'll give you a little update what he's been doing, because he's been doing quite a lot of stuff this sort of beginning of the year. So Chris,
hiya.
You alright?
I am. So today on with quite a lot of diagnostic work. We've got an Audi RS3 that's on Cybex that has come into us. It's been built elsewhere and it doesn't run. Looks like it's got an intermittent problem, so good news is the fault's on today, so I'm going to dive into that and hopefully find something. We've got a Honda Accord Euro R in as well, another Japanese import, which has got an airbag light on, so we're going to have a look at that. Hopefully we'll be able to communicate with it and find out what's up with that. I helped Rendog with some Ford RS problems. Brand new customer, new car to us. Customer's bought it elsewhere and it's had some exhaust blows, and when we've delved into it, it looks like it's been modified and there's some questionable work. There's some snapped studs in the turbo housing, things like that. So we're literally in the middle of it's just come apart and see what that needs. It may need a new turbo because it's also got some damage to the turbo blades. So we're just trying to identify what we need and where we can get it and go from there.
You've also got a Passat as well, is that right, from VDCS, that you're going to be doing some adaptions as well?
Yeah, so an R36 Passat, going to get our VCDS fired up and look at adapting the clutch on that, make sure it drives super sweet, nice car. Loads to do. Loads.
Just while we're talking about Passats, Romain has bought the white Passat from JM and he's putting a Cybex on it, guys. So if you've got an R36 Passat, and I mean we've even been discussing about having one ourselves now.
Yeah, unbelievable cars. They are like, you know, I've got an estate as my daily, and if I needed another car or a different estate, I would definitely be considering.
Yeah, and I'm tempted as well to have one. So
to touch base on what Romain's doing, he's not just putting a Cybex on it. Apparently, with a turbocharger on them, these things are very reliable, can make good power and go really well. So, you know, Romain's planning, you know, along them lines, probably long term, but it should be an interesting project.
So you've got a Passat, guys. Keep an eye on my page. I have got loads coming in. I have just literally, we had about 5 land, 5 of them have sold. We've got another 5 en route from Japan as well. But anyway, let's get back to the workshop, guys. Right, guys, so just a little bit about what goes on. So here we've got a lot of new parcels have arrived. So we've got some from Litchfields, Turbodynamics, and various other sources that sort of we buy stuff from. Behind me, we sort of stock the shelf of the parts and then they get designated. So this is Haggie's job, that's what he does. He comes in, so these parcels later on today will be either in customers' cars or they will be put on shelves ready for the project. And we can see a nice Alphard getting prepped for Dale, so let's go and see Dale and see what he thinks about that car.
So what you've done on this full car so far? What steps you've done so far?
Cut it,
So you've cut it,
polished it,
polished it,
waxed it,
and now what you're doing?
doing headlights.
Doing the headlights. So this is what you're doing here.
Like,
This one's been done, yeah?
this one's like half done, I haven't done that though. But I think that's underneath, I'll be honest.
And obviously this is what it looks like before.
So
Leave it to it, yeah?
So we're into the fabrication area. I'm going to go and see Mr. Rendog, who's been working on a Ford Focus RS Mark III. That's had some issues, as Chris just explained on the video. So let's go and catch up with Mr. Rendog. Rendog, so I've just had a look at the turbo. It's damaged, so tell us a little bit more then.
Basically, Focus RS came in, it's got oil leaks, it's obviously blowing on the exhaust from the turbo and from its downpipe. So first of all, take the turbo off because we found the snap studs in the actual turbo to downpipe flange. It's got snap studs there. We've also found there's something may have gone through the turbo, or it definitely has, it's gone through the turbo at some point as it's damaged the impeller. So just kind of waiting on the customer to get back to us with what we've resolved with his car at the moment, and obviously fix it and repair it properly for him. Obviously repair his oil leaks and repair his exhaust.
Good, good, good. So have you enjoyed this Focus RS job then?
Yeah, it's been good. It was a little tricky to get the turbo out, but once we got it out, everything's fine.
But Rendog can manage.
We've
there we go.
We've managed to
Yeah.
do it.
So Rendo, I'm going to leave you. What else have you got to do today? I believe you had some
We've
nice...
got some race exhausts for 750 motorbike. Guy builds them for the Isle of Man racing. So he's brought a brand new manifold in, and we're going to kind of repeat it with the original one that he's got. So it's going to be a case of a little bit of jigging and shuffling around with his pipework.
Perfect. No worries. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Beautiful Toyota Mark X that a customer imported, and GM is doing all the prep. Callum is working on this at the minute, so I'm going to ask him what he's doing anytime soon. I'm just going to show you a little bit on this car. I actually quite love that front grille. Don't know if you agree. If you do, say in the comments. So last week we did oil filter, under seal, new battery, and it failed its MOT, and Callum is going to update us what jobs are left to do on this beautiful car.
Right now, after it failed its MOT, we've fitted a new tie rod. It'll be getting an alignment after that. We're busy spraying up all the calipers, which was a request by the customer, and then it's for final prep and off to the customer.
Perfect, Callum. Thank you very much. What sort of job you got next after this?
I'm going to be doing another alignment on a R33, I believe it is, and then we're going to be fitting a turbo, which has been away for a refurbishment for a Ford Fiesta, the little blue one.
No worries. Okay, so I'm going to let Callum crack on. So that's Brendan's Focus RS that Chris and Rendog were talking about. So yeah, that's the one that's causing a little bit of a headache. Turbo's out, and then Chris and Rendog speak to the customer and see what the next course of action is on that Focus. Supra, 6-speed. So back in the day, GM, if you've been a fan for a while or followed the page, this is all we used to do, Toyota Supras. So that was kind of our niche, if you like. Matty's obviously working on it now, and I'm going to grab him in a second and see what he's doing on that beautiful Supra. Matty, I'm just going to grab you for a second.
Yeah.
So you're working on some JDM toys. What is it you're doing on this one?
Just doing a basic oil and filter service and inspection before it goes to MOT.
Perfect. So yeah, so I'm going to let Matty crack on. It's a little small job. We'll just basically change oil and filter. Matty's going to give it a pre-MOT inspection, and then we're going to speak to the customer and see what we found or haven't found. So if you're after inspections, we do like an hour inspection at GM, and we'll give you a detailed report, pictures via our WhatsApp community chat, and you can have a look, any issues in your car and stuff like that. Right guys, so I am with Matt. So Matt, big job this one. So
Yeah, we started up, see what the noise was as we spoke in the last video. Turns out it's got a pretty bad knock. So the plan is now to strip the engine down, take all the ancillaries off, get it on engine stand and inspect the internals.
cool. So Matt, I'm going to put you in the spot here. What do you think's wrong with it?
I think the oil pump's gone. I think the bleed from inside the oil pump, and I think that it's got a loss of oil pressure. So I think it's probably done the main bearings.
So guys, if Matt gets this right, I want the kebab, right? A double kebab. You actually haven't had a kebab night yet, have you?
Nah, not yet.
Nah, he's going to have one. So yeah, so let's see if he's right. I'm not sure, because one of the other texts said it sounds like the head, and then obviously when I first seen the video from the customer, it sounded like the bottom end. So I'm going to stay out with this one. But I'm going to say it has done the bottom end as well, because it had zero oil pressure when it come in and it didn't sound very nice. But I've just got a funny feeling something with a head now, because someone else said that. But you did find something funny in the head, didn't you?
Yes, actually when I took it apart, I found a wire wheel lodged within the air intake, which is obviously not meant to be there, and it was all chewed up, so it could actually be potential that the oil pressure is because there's a wire wheel lodged in the engine somewhere.
And then that's broke the engine.
Yeah, and that's broke the engine.
Cool, right. Do you want to do a little update on the engine room as well, because we've got some stuff coming up?
Yeah, should we go into the engine room?
Let's go. Right guys, back in the engine room with Matt. As I said, I've just showed you sort of what's there. Taney will love that, because that's what he likes me to do, the cinematics. I'm no good at it, but I am trying. So Matt, what you got then? Whose parts are what?
So this is Warren's crank and Warren's heads. The engine obviously had a failure. This is now being saved by the machine shop, the crank, so we can reuse that. The heads are obviously being cleaned up. Warren's car is coming into the workshop, and me and Kyle next week are going to be building this engine to get it back into Warren's car. It's a big power car, so we had to have everything checked and just to make sure that everything was okay, ready to go.
Yeah, and those for you are wondering what was Warren's failure. So at Race Wars, you had a couple of valves that bent. J-Spec kindly done the heads for us as well, and one of the mains on the crank had picked up, which is obviously done by girdle flex, too much power. Interestingly enough, this one's got sort of like a superior bottom end girdle, so a little bit confused as to why the girdle flex on that one, but it's just one of them things, these things happen. So it was just one of the mains, and the other mains were absolutely fine as well, so a bit of a weird one. And behind you, I've got a little surprise for you, Matt.
Yeah,
Do you know what that is?
I have no idea what this is, but this looks like it's going to be a build for a customer. It does look a bit spicy. It's got a billet girdle, but I'll let Jürgen explain what this is.
No worries. So this one's been sent away to the machine shop. It's all been line board checked, brand new block, brand new girdle. This is for a customer. We're going to build it as a long block. Not sure if it's going to go 3.8 or 4.1 because he hasn't decided yet. I am going to be speaking to him this afternoon, and then it's another one for you to build, mate.
Yeah,
keep you busy.
Engines going.
Yeah. So guys, let's go and check something else very special in the workshop as well. So let's go and see. So we've got Jan, who's been the lead guy working on this stunning R34. He's just literally doing the final touches now. So James, you'll be super happy. Interior's going back in, and then Jan will be doing a nice test drive. So if you want to see a video of the test drive, drop it in the comments, and me and Jan will go out and get a nice video on this beast. So as you can see, James has spent, I don't need to tell you, but looking at this underneath, you can see he has spent quite a lot of money on this special car, and what a build it is as well. Jan's done a top job on this car, and obviously Romain's done a mint job off the mapping, and so has Rendog with all the fabrication as well. And yeah, absolutely stunning car. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned the videos as well, this used to be my own personal car, bought in Japan when I was there. Yeah, I sold it to a guy in the UK, bought it back, and then James bought it back from me. So this car had a lot of issues as it was stripped elsewhere, so we kind of had to put it back from a I wouldn't say a shell, but pretty much, you know, there's no gearbox, no engine, absolutely bare shell almost, you know. So it's been a lot of work and it's took a long time, but these things do take a while. But we're there now, so test drive in pending, guys. Absolutely stunning dash. And then Jan's doing the final touches with the steering wheel there. All custom. So guys, Kyle has been working on this Celica GT4, I believe, but Kyle's going to correct, is it a WRC?
Yes,
WRC, so he's been doing a lot of work. My battery's nearly going to die, so Kyle is going to explain a little bit about this car.
Yeah, so this car came in, it's quite a clean car to start with. Customers really keen on getting it as perfect as you possibly can. So we've done a few upgrades, a bit of a restoration to some degree on that. So we've changed all the coolant lines, water lines, vac lines, it's had a full set of brakes on it, full set of calipers refurbed, and just waiting for some pins to turn up for the calipers. It's also going to get full interior pulled out, fresh set of Recaro seats in the front, and going to the valet bay to get all that done.
Yeah, it's been quite a big job, hasn't it, Kyle?
Yeah,
it's been like backwards and forwards, and like I think you're quite getting involved in the sort of managing the projects now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which is like what we don't see as a technician, but now you're seeing how imperative it is to like keep a track of stuff in it, which you're doing a good job on. So, but yeah, so that's like another side that people don't see. That's quite intensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keeping on top of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, good job. So what's next for you then?
Onto Warren's GTR, get the car back in, subframe out, get powder coated, and then onto the engine. Get
Perfect. Cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Cheers, Kyle. Right, guys, I'm going back to the office now, so it's not as cold today. Leave a comment if you think we should do the videos a little bit longer. I'm trying to keep them short and sweet, as we say in Newcastle. 10-15 minutes, This is what we're aiming for. If you think it should be a little longer, let me know. I haven't got a hold of Haggy, so I'm going to just turn it around because I've got a proposition for Haggy, and if you want him to do it, just drop it in the comments. Haggy, you all right?
Are you recording? Yeah,
Yes, I'm recording.
I'm not well.
He's not well. He's not well. But
No.
Haggy, what I think is you sourced that beautiful pink Lapin.
The Lapman, yes.
Guys, do you want us to do a little review video on that Lapin with Haggy? Because
Well,
a lot of people seem to like it, didn't they?
Chris has got experience in it as well now, and he's a big fan of it.
I saw Chris on the Instagram with all these little rabbits popping up.
Well, that's it. The thing is as well, like these cars are so like well equipped. You got to remember these have got heated seats. These are 4-wheel drive. It's a mild hybrid, and yeah, 360 cams, keyless, pretty much every single option in a package which is so small. And as well, people think a tiny car.
Is Haggy going to buy one?
There's not a lot of space in there, but I'm a tall guy. I'm also a big guy, and I fit in perfectly fine. There's lots of space in the back as well. I would have one.
Just a quick one, guys. So Haggy's working here,
Yeah.
and look what you can see out his window.
If you're careful, there's some stuff on
RX-7.
there.
What a place to work.
Yeah.
Cool, Haggy. Thanks very much. So, guys, yeah, like I say, if you want to see anything like that, just drop it in the comment, and we'll try and make it happen. Or even get T&E out in the pink Lapin. That'll be a good one, wouldn't it? So, guys, see you next week.